Well, good afternoon, guys. I'm back from work. And as I promised you in this morning's video, I wanted to talk about something other than on retirement. um, Originally, my channel was about my healthy lifestyle journey and how I transformed my life in just a few short months by changing my way of eating. And that's what I mainly was talking about forever. and I miss talking about that, and I want to share that with my new subscribers because a lot of you have asked me about it, and I just wanted to try and make it brief. But you guys know I can talk, so I will try not to drone on forever. I do have some things to do, but my way of eating is I am following the carnivore lifestyle. We don't like to call it a diet, but let's face it, what we eat is our diet. But I know dieting is a trigger word. The carnivore way of eating is not a weight loss diet per se, it's more of a healing diet. And part of healing is losing excess weight if you're carrying any. Not everybody that turns to carnivore even has to lose weight, but most of us do. So, because it's not necessarily a weight loss diet, it's a healing diet, you're going to heal first from whatever ailments you may have. For me, I was severely depressed. I had zero energy, just soul crushing fatigue, all over inflammation. Every joint hurt, my hips, my shoulders, my knees. I did have a knee injury that I thought was going to require surgery. I was walking with a cane or hiking stick. Very painful. I had to ice it down daily. And it really prohibited my mobility. I had sleeping issues. I could not sleep no matter how tired I was. I just tossed and turned all night long. It was terrible. I had dry skin patches all over. I snored, digestive issues, just a host of issues that I attributed them to being old. I thought, okay, I'm old and I'm overweight. That's what all these issues are from, right? Well, almost immediately starting the carnivore way of eating, most of those ailments disappeared. The one that freaked me out the most was my knee injury because, I was so used to the pain every day, having to take Tylenol, having to ice it down. And the day I woke up and I didn't feel it anymore, I thought it was just a fluke. I thought it was just that day, and I kept waiting for it to come back. The pain, it's been months. I don't feel it. It's like it never happened. And now I go walking every day for at least 30 minutes, a couple miles a day. So that's been miraculous. And one of the number one questions I get asked is, what about fiber? What about fiber? You need fiber. And I thought so too. I thought, is this going to be an issue? Because I'm older. I thought I really need my fiber, right? I have absolutely no issues with that. I don't want to go into too much information, but the people that said you don't need fiber, they were correct. You do not need fiber. You just need to eat what your body needs, the right nutrients, and actually get plenty of fat, which is another one that is hard for a lot of us to wrap our head around. But the thing is, we've all been following what we've been told. We've been told by our doctors, who get very little nutritional study when they become a doctor, very minimal. And we've been told by, the nutritional guidelines, the food triangle, what we are supposed to eat, what is healthy. We've been told for years it's fruits and vegetables and grains and just a little bit of meat, because according to studies that were paid and funded by America, the big pharma companies and the big food companies, the studies said red meat was the culprit of our ailments. Red meat causes heart disease and gout and all these other issues. So let's stay away from that, people. Come eat our grains, come eat all our fruits and vegetables, and look what happened. Look at the American population. The vast majority of these people are overweight. I know very few people that are my age and older that aren't on any kind of medication. And that was the goal. They want to keep us medicated. And more people are on medications, even younger, especially for depression. And now the weight loss drugs, my God. And those are a nightmare. You read about those and I need to do a whole video on how horrible those are. They were meant for diabetics, not for weight loss. And we're going to have a whole generation of people that are going to be so sick. But anyway, so yeah, we've been lied to, and people are coming out. Big people that were in the industry, in the medical field, in the food industry, and they're letting us know we have been lied to, and they're trying to open our eyes. And our food has just been so messed with. It's not even food anymore. It's Frankenfood. Look around. Everything has a list of ingredients. You can't even read half of them. You know what I mean? It's like, what is this stuff? What am I eating? Because it's not food. And it's just making us sicker, and our kids are getting sicker. And I really felt it. And I thought I ate healthy. I mean, I knew I was overweight, but I was eating salads and fruits and vegetables. We ate fish and baked chicken and pasta and rice. And, I thought I was doing good. We didn't eat a lot of fast food, but one of the biggest culprits is the seed oils. Everything's cooked in seed oils, and they're finding out that is just toxic. So you when you're going to do the carnivore diet, you're going to be cutting out seed oils and carbohydrates or processed carbs and sugar. Sugar is the number one addiction in America today, probably the world. And so at the beginning, it's an elimination diet. We're going to cut out the crap. We're going to just cut out all that junk that we weren't meant to eat. And we're just going to eat whole foods, meat, butter, eggs, anything that comes from an animal, nothing plant-based. Some of us do drink coffee. If you have problems with it, then you probably shouldn't. If you can drink 1 or 2 cups a day and you have no issues with it, then that's fine. The whole reason that we're cutting these things out is to see what is causing our ailments. You won't know until you eliminate them. And then if you can add them back in later, that's a choice. But I've cut everything out. I just eat meat and eggs. I cook things in butter and tallow. And I feel fantastic. For me, it's been mind-blowing because I've been sick all my life. I was severely anemic. I needed blood transfusions. My hemoglobin was down to 6.2. And instead of telling me to eat red meat, I was told to eat iron-fortified cereals from my doctor. And I didn't get well. And I looked and looked and looked. And finally, I found the carnivore diet, or it found me. And it turned my life around. And I healed. And once I started healing, I started losing the excess weight. I had 100 pounds to lose. I'm down 52 pounds with ease. I haven't been dieting because it's not restrictive. It's not a restrictive diet. You don't feel like you're dieting. When I'm hungry, I eat. I don't count calories, or there's no points. It's not like, I've eaten my points for the day, like Weight Watchers or whatever. I just eat. I eat good food. And when I'm not hungry, I don't eat. And I drink water. And I have energy. I'm not sick for the first time in my life. I didn't know what it was like to feel good because I've never been well. I didn't even realize I wasn't. It's just the way it was. I thought, this is how I feel. I always feel terrible, and had headaches and brain fog and low energy. But I muddled through my life like that, and I kept trying to feel better. I was always looking for a magic pill. There's got to be a supplement I can take because I don't want to take pharmaceutical drugs. So I was always looking for a different vitamin or supplement, something that would help me. And some things made me feel a little bit better. And I tried every diet under the sun. I have even had weight loss surgery, and nothing has given me the results that the carnivore diet has given me as quickly as it has given me and made me feel good. And when I was on all those other diets, they were restrictive. I was never happy. I was always it was hard, but I did it because I wanted to get my health back, and I was sad. I'm not sad with what I'm eating. I eat ribeye steaks. I eat big, fat, juicy hamburgers, and I'll put cheese on them. And we eat chicken wings or chicken legs. My husband makes prime rib and brisket and roast and homemade beef jerky, sugar-free. And we have eggs every way you can imagine. And I drink coffee with heavy whole cream in it. And it's all satiating foods. And that's what cured my carb addiction, my sugar addiction. Because in the beginning, that's the hardest part, is just giving up the carbs and sugar, because we're addicted. It's a drug. And so that was hard. I'm not going to tell you that was super easy, but the carnivore diet is the only diet that made it possible for me to kick that habit. It's the only tool I've ever had that made it easier. When I was hungry for something sweet or carbs or something, I ate meat. I ate a lot of meat the first few weeks. I ate a lot of meat. It didn't matter what time of day it was. If I was hungry and I was craving something, I went and grabbed some meat. And eventually I kicked the sugar habit and the carb habit, and I wasn't as hungry, and I started eating less and less. I even got to the point where I was eating not enough, and my body went into starvation mode, and then I didn't lose weight at that period of time. I stalled, and I couldn't understand why, and it turned out I was eating like 700 calories a day. I didn't even realize it, because like, you just don't get hungry anymore when you're not craving sugar and carbs. So it's very important that you stuff your face with meat basically until you're full. Don't let yourself get hungry, because that's when you have a problem. That's when you're going to grab the carbs and the sugars. So eat your meat, drink lots of water, flush all that stuff out, take some electrolytes. Not everybody needs it. I've seen videos where some people didn't have to do it, but the majority of people seem to need it. I did, because you will feel like you had the flu. It's called the keto flu, when you're flushing all those minerals out of your system, and you just feel terrible. But if you take electrolytes, that keeps that from happening. So I do that. I try to do that regularly now. It does make a big difference. And and another thing is, you don't have to exercise. With all other diets, you're told you need to exercise while you're trying to lose weight. They tell you not to, at the beginning of this. Wait until you feel good enough to exercise, because a lot of us never felt good enough to exercise. It was just it was too much. When you're overweight and you're sick and you're hurting, the thought of exercising is just torture. But eventually you're going to get to the point where you're losing the weight, you're not hurting, you have tons of energy, you're going to want to exercise. I'll be honest, I'm not quite there yet. I do like walking, and that is exercise. So I guess maybe I am, but I haven't gotten into a routine like jazzercise or whatever people do, or go to the gym. But I work out with small weights. I'm trying to build up my upper body strength. We lose muscle as we get older. So I am doing that, and I am walking, and I enjoy walking. It's fun now that my knee doesn't hurt, and now that I'm not carrying around that other 52 extra pounds, it's way more enjoyable, because it wasn't. But it's all thanks to doing the carnivore diet. And if you have any problems, because I know I did, like I said, it was so far-fetched from what I had been taught all my life. I did a lot of research. I went online. There are so many doctors that are coming out and letting us know, yes, this is the proper human diet. Yes, it is. You can get all your nutrients from meat. You don't need fiber. You do need fat. Fat is very important, especially for us women. It's important for our hormones. It's important for our brains. And let me tell you, if you don't eat enough fat, you will feel it. You get that agitated feeling. So make sure you put butter on your steaks, and cook in the tallow, the beef tallow, and just get the fattier the meats. I eat a lot of bacon. Isn't that a trip? Because we were always told bacon was just like the worst thing in the world. And thanks to bacon, I've lost 52 pounds and I feel great. So say what they want. I go by how I feel. And none of the other diets ever made me feel this good. My blood pressure was up for a brief period of time just recently. It wasn't due to my diet. It was due to stress, and possibly because I wasn't taking electrolytes. I did let that go for a while. And after doing some research, I found out that it's important to have potassium and magnesium. It does affect our blood pressure. So it seemed as soon as I started taking my electrolytes again, and I stopped worrying about things that were happening, my blood pressure went back to normal. And I feel fantastic, and I just want other people to feel fantastic. And I think this is going to be the year of the carnivore. We're starting to find out there's still a lot of people that are like, oh my God, if you're carnivore, craziness, just craziness. And there's even doctors that'll tell you that it's just insanity. But there's also doctors on the other side that are doing it, and they know, and they're letting us know. And like I said, all I can tell you is my story. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a doctor. But man, do I feel good. And has it been easy? And it's not like any diet I've ever tried. I wished I would have found it years ago. I would have never opted for the weight loss surgery, but I was desperate to lose the weight. Nothing else worked. And even that didn't work. But just eating the right foods made all the difference in the world. And it cured my depression. I was severely depressed, bedridden, and it changed that. I do have problems with anxiety. It's getting better. It's not as bad as it used to be. And if you watch me for any length of time, you'll see my mood swings are like this. Some days I come on here and I'm just super happy, and other days I'm just like, oh. But that's just my personality. I've always been that way, always. But it's getting better. I'd like to think. People have told me it is. So it does help with that as well. And like I said, it's been my magic pill that I've been looking for. It's been absolutely amazing. I can't think of anything bad that has happened since I've been on it. And I don't get sick like other people do anymore. And I got everything that went around, everything, because, I'm with my grandkids a lot, and any flu or cold or anything, my immune system was shot and I would get everything. This year is the first year that hasn't happened. And it's like I'm constantly waiting because everybody's been sick. There's been so much going on around me. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to get it. And when I get it, I'm going to be laid up. I'm always worried, but it hasn't happened. And I'm so appreciative for the carnivore community, the people on YouTube. They have befriended me and encouraged me and been there for me like no other community ever has. They are so kind. And my philosophy is when people feel good, they are good. Nobody's hungry. They're not deprived. They're all healthy, and that makes you happy, and they're kinder. And it's just been wonderful. So how long did I talk? 16 minutes. Okay, well, then I'm going to cut this short. Short, it's already too late for that. But there it is. That's my big secret of why I feel so good and why I am able to unretire and it not be the end of the world. Because it would have been, if I would have had to go back to work, I just wouldn't have. It wouldn't even been a possibility. We would just have to be draining our savings at this point, because I do have things that I'm paying for now, and I'm going to work, I'm making money, and I'm going on adventures again. I never even thought about leaving the house. I didn't want to leave the house. I liked my couch. I liked staying home. It was too much work to go anywhere. Well, now I've got that energy and desire, and I want to go and do things and have fun, and it's all because I feel good. I feel great. I'm happier than I've ever been. I'm happier, baby, just because I'm at that point in my life where I'm watching my kids grow up and my grandkids, and I just feel very fortunate. And even though we're working, my husband and I will probably be working for many years. I may have to work until I die. I don't know. I hope not. But I'm open to the possibility. Before I would have just been like suicidal at the thought. But now it's like, well, as long as I feel like this, I can do it. I can't do the most strenuous job out there, but I can work. I can get up and go to work. Before, I couldn't even wake up before 9 or 10 in the morning. I was so dizzy, I'd have to lay back down, but that was from the anemia, and I know that. And I was even on double iron therapy. I was taking iron pills for it, and nothing helped but eating properly. There's going to be a documentary coming out this year, Healing Humanity, and it's going to be talking all about that. If you really want to know more, go check out Homestead How with Carrie Mann. Just a wealth of information, so much. And there's nutritionists and PhDs in the field that know what they're talking about. Bart Kay and Dr. Ken Berry. On my page, you will see I've got it titled Carnivores, and it's all my favorite carnivore YouTube channels, friends. Well, they're all friends. We all know each other anymore. We all talk to each other. And go ahead and look at any one of them. And some of them are new on their journey. Some have been doing it for years. And listen to their story. Mine might not resonate with you because I'm just some old hippie lady that you probably don't really care to listen to. But there's a lot of other people that maybe are more articulate and more knowledgeable, and maybe they would be more beneficial for you. So yeah, if you're interested, just do some research, because you guys will be amazed. And yeah, if you're new, keep following me, because if you watch me from the beginning, you can see the transition for yourself. I've got pictures before and after. Even I didn't even I've lost more inches than I have weight. My body composition has changed because I'm being fat adapted, so I'm losing the body fat, and it's changed my look. I just look different. I feel different, and I meant to cut this short, and see, I just keep talking. So I'm gonna cut it here, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.